In this time of school closures, social distancing, what are we supposed to be doing with our toddlers? If you could choose one skill to teach your toddler during this time, what should it be? I say hand washing. Not only has this been dubbed as a go-to strategy for preventing the spread of coronavirus, but it's just an overall great life skill. The CDC says that 1 in 3 diarrhea-related illnesses, as well as 1 in 5 respiratory infections like cold or flu, can be prevented by hand washing. Great, good to know. But your toddler hates washing their hands. And who has patience for upwards of 11 outbursts a day, or trying to persuade your toddler 11 times to do something that they don't want to do every single day? Stick around, because today we are going over 10 tips for the toddler that hates washing their hands. Stay tuned till the end. I've got a cute freebie to give you. Hey, welcome back. I'm Holly, a pediatric occupational therapist and mom to 2 adorable toddlers. My channel is about all things early childhood development for 1 to 3-year-olds. Because when it comes to toddler development, what you do, mama, matters. Resistance to hand washing could be sensory related, it could be your toddler trying to exert their independence, or it could be something that they're just not motivated to do. One way to tackle this is by talking to them about it beforehand. Some children with sensory issues don't verbalize to us what it feels like for them until we ask them directly. Some children might feel that water feels like slime. Another child might think it feels like a burning. It's important to ask them what it feels like for them and what they would prefer. So, do you want this soap or that one? What does it smell like to you? How does the water feel to you? Do you prefer it hot? Do you prefer it cold? Avoid a power struggle and take a moment to empathize with your kid. Don't try and rush them into washing their hands. Give them a moment while you stand by supporting them. Give them choices. Would they prefer the blue towel or the yellow towel? Would they prefer this basin or that basin? This soap or that soap? Would they prefer it if they wash their hands completely by themselves, or do they want you to help them? Habit stacking. If you're anything like me, it can be hard to remember something like washing hands in a very full day. An easy hack around this is habit stacking. So basically building washing your hands into a routine that you and your toddler already have consistently established. For example, washing hands before and after meals, or washing hands as soon as you come in the door from being outside. Bring it down a level. Often we overlook that standing on a small step and leaning into a basin can feel pretty uncomfortable. This could challenge your toddler's sense of balance and make an activity that's already challenging even more challenging. A way to get around this is by lowering the surface. So think about letting them wash their hands in a bowl on a chair, or letting them wash their hands inside their play kitchen, or by using a stronger and firmer surface. So instead of a small step, maybe a nice chair that they feel more comfortable in. Relook at running water. For some toddlers, that experience of water gushing out of the tap can trigger a sensory sensitivity. So rethink about this. Maybe you could give them a bowl with clean water and soap to wash their hands in, or a wet face towel, or maybe the water could be poured gently from a jug. The temperature of the water. Water being too hot or too cold can really put a toddler off. So let them feel the temperature first and then adjust it to what they prefer. Compensate with a mirror or modeling. When we find our sensory experiences overwhelming, we often use our other senses to help compensate or better understand the sensory environment. So for example, when you get your hair cut, you look in a mirror. Your toddler might find it helpful if you first wash your hands in front of them so they can see what's going on. It might also be helpful to remind them that they can look in the mirror if they'd like to. Have these been helpful to you so far? Or maybe you have an idea that was a total game changer for your toddler washing their hands. I'd love to hear. Leave me a comment below. Another idea is to try and make the activity of washing hands a little bit more fun. You can think about challenging your toddler to make the biggest bubbles, or cover their hands in bubbles so they look like they're wearing snow gloves, or maybe they can paint their nails with the bubbles that they've made. You could also try out using soaps that motivate them a bit more. So a fun shape or color or their favorite character. And I've linked below some of my favorite soaps for you to check out. Rough towel rub. According to UNICEF, germs spread more easily from wet hands than from dry hands. So that last step of drying your hands off properly is really important. And developmentally, it's quite a tricky one for toddlers. So it's best to help them before they've learned how to do it properly by themselves. Some children really like it if you rub their hands quite strongly with the towel to dry them. It kind of reorganizes their sensory systems. Add water play or messy play into your day. So as important as it is, especially now, to encourage our toddlers to be washing their hands, it's also important that we don't become germaphobes. Messy and play in the dirt is really important developmentally for our toddlers. And by getting them dirty, you have another opportunity to get them to wash their hands. So think about sensory bins or finger paint, or maybe try out some of those cute Montessori practical life activities that you've been pinning, like washing windows or dishes. So I've made you this super cute printable postcard that can go on your fridge or on your bathroom mirror with 10 soap and water messy play ideas that you can do indoors, as well as a reminder of the suggested times that you should be washing your hands. If this was helpful to you, I'd really appreciate it if you would share it out to your fellow mamas. We all need a little bit of help during this time. Stay tuned. In this next video, I'm diving into 10 lesser known sensory issues that we see in our toddlers, a way to better understand some of those quirky behaviors.